What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry, I know it's been a little bit since we've done a video. We've been working on these tables here. So I did finally order some countertops for our print room so everything sits nice and flat. They've got plenty of room. They can actually sit on the feet. And then everything's got a little bit more space. It's been awesome. We built the frames out of black iron pipe. Works great. We actually ordered this crap off of Amazon. It's their decorative iron pipe. The other tables we've built, we've just gone to Home Depot and had them cut stuff. And they're not a huge fan of making, 30 cuts. So we thought we'd look online, and like Amazon, they've got everything. So we were able to find all the parts that we wanted for it. Got them all put together. Hopped on IKEA and found these countertops. I'll put a link on them in the video here. Pretty heavy duty. I think these things were like 180 each. Not bad, but very sturdy, very heavy tables. So thankfully, no more bowing, which is awesome. But that's taken up a little bit of time. We've also had to tear apart the room because the cubicles don't fit under these. We wanted them a little bit lower so they're easier to access. And so right now we've got a big mess again. Everything's just kind of thrown about while we're trying to figure out how to restructure and print a few things to hold some stuff. But that's kind of where we've been at. These tables seem to be working pretty awesome. Really happy about it. Be nice to have the extra room and things like that in here. The other thing, we did finally get the Prusa XLs to work again. The ultimate fix that we found on this was factory resets. It sucked. It was not fun. We factory reset both. We ran through all the calibrations again for each one. And then I actually remounted each one of the tool heads. Retorqued them back down with a T-handle torque screwdriver, or torque head right here. It's 2.5. Got everything snug as a bug. And then you've got to do the stupid calibrations, which that is the worst part of these Prusas. Anytime you got to do the factory settings on it, you got to run through the calibrations before you can print. That is not a fast process. So that took a little bit of time. But ever since then, these have been printing pretty well. We only got to print about 5 or 6 things before we pulled them all down, took everything out of the room, and then started building the new tables. The other thing, you guys might have seen these Sliceworks plates. Sliceworks reached out. They wanted to send us a couple plates for our machines. So we got one for the Prusa XL. We got one for the Snapmaker, X1 Carbon, and we got one for the H2C. I love them. I do. I was blown away with the BICU Cryo Grip plates because they are super sticky. Almost too sticky. So when Sliceworks reached out and said, hey, we want to send you some plates, I said, great, let's take a look at it. You can't ever have too many build plates, especially if you're having adhesion issues. So they reached out. They sent us these Sliceworks plates. I've never heard of them before until they sent us these things. But honestly, I'm blown away with how well they've been working. So, as you can see here, no lifting. The corners are snug as a bug. These are a little bit more textured than the BICUs are. You can see it. Kind of like a sandpaper grid on there. But they work extremely well. We run the build plates at the same cold temperatures. We run at about 30 degrees. And it has been fantastic. The nicest thing about these is everything peels off really easy. Everything sticks really good, but then it comes off really easy. The BICU, even running it at 30 degrees, man, we had some issues with some smaller prints, especially with smaller supports. Not wanting to pop off very easy, and which is great. It solved the adhesion issues, but it did make it difficult to end up removing those supports. So we're going to keep playing with the BICU plates. It's been Like I said, they've been good plates for what we've been using them for. But as of right now, the winner in my mind is these Sliceworks plates. So huge shout out! Thank you so much for sending these to us. They've worked really well for what we use them for, and I've been very impressed. If you guys are looking for a new build plate, something maybe in between BitQ, or you're not happy with your BitQ plates, check out Sliceworks. The nice thing about it is we have not cleaned these plates once. You can see there's quite a few print. I don't even know what you call those, like shadows. We'll call them shadows from previous prints in here, and we have not had to wash the plate a single time. Everything sticks really well. Now, granted, most of the stuff we print is in PLA and PETG, but we did do a couple of prints in ABS. No issues. Everything still stuck really well, and then we're able to print the next thing without washing the plate. Even with these, where we're alternating between PLA and PETG, everything stuck really well, and those two filaments are enemies. So check them out. I'll make sure I link their website in the description of this video. So if you guys are looking for a cool plate for any of your printers, check them out. They're pretty reasonably priced. And as far as I can tell, they have them for most big name machines. I don't have anything for the Cobra S1, so I can't tell you if it works on that yet. But for everything else, they've been absolutely fantastic. So thank you, Sliceworks, for sending those to us. That's it for today, guys. Just kind of a quick update on what's going on in the print room. We're making some progress. A lot still to do. Long way to go. But it's hiccup. It's getting there. We're looking pretty sharp. All right, guys. Have a good night.